trimmed out reasonably well. If I go to one extreme, she'll pitch down. If I come back again, she pitches up. Put her back on the level. Very slowly, bringing it back. 1 knot a second. 48 for the stall warner. Got to puff it, and there we go.
Many of you will be aware of the fact that in order to get a new permit, the inspector does a check on the aircraft and then fills out the first part of the form, and then we've got the flight test. Now it says have the form with you. Now I must admit I do tend to find that that's a little bit too cumbersome to have with me. So taking all of these elements, what I have done is I've created a little notebook, but I'll compare my notebook to the documents that they actually provide on their website. Quite disappointing really, but this hasn't got a picture of the aircraft in to start off with, but maybe I need to do something about it now. This is a 6-page document that is on the website, TL2.06. It was issue 3, and that was in 2008. And what it is, it's detailed instructions as to how the test flight should be undertaken. And what I've done is I've highlighted in yellow the key points, and also then circled other bits and pieces. Then I've changed all of that into note form, which I've got on this ring binder, which I take up into the aircraft with me. And what I will do is when I fly the test flight and film it, I will use this and talk through it as we go through. But there are a couple of interesting bits and pieces that it might be as well to share. It basically starts off with who can do the flight test. What they're actually saying is the pilot should have at least 100 hours total time, including 10 hours on the type or 10 hours similar to type. I don't have to worry about that. I'm well in on those ones. And then the other thing is it talks about must the flight be done solo, and the answer to that is, and I'm sure you know, the answer's no, it shouldn't be. The object of the exercise is take the aircraft to its heaviest you can possibly do. It's not always possible to get up to maximum all up weight. I know this particular year it's going to be a little bit trickier for me because I'm going to have to use Karen as my observer, and she doesn't weigh quite as much as my normal observers. He says, trying to be as tactful as possible to whoever might be watching and listening and taking umbrage to what I'm saying. But what it does say here, highlighted in yellow, is you've got to be at least 90% of maximum permitted gross weight. 750 kilograms for the Jodel means that I'm going to have to be at least 675. Usually I'm well above that, but this time when we put the figures into the spreadsheet, we'll see how it goes. Okay, and I'll link that now, I suppose, really. Before I show you my Excel spreadsheet, I will just take this piece of kit out of my camera bag, which is sort of a flight bag as well, and I'll give you a little bit of a close-up of that one, but I'll change the camera angle. with it turned off, you use the right hand button and press that, and it gives you a torch. If you also look at the far side, or on the bottom here, you'll see that you've got a power in, but you've also got a standard USB out. So therefore it actually acts as a power brick as well. And somewhere along the line, I know that there's a thermometer in there as well. But yeah, it's a handy piece of kit. And then when it comes to weighing, it's as simple as this. You simply take the strap, wrap it around whatever it is that you intend to weigh, loop this one back over there, and then by lifting it up, you'll see that you get a weight. And so therefore you can quite easily weigh anything you've got in the back of the aircraft. Well, this is the Excel spreadsheet that I've got on my iPad, which is really quite useful. It took me a little bit of time to set it up, but as you can see, you've got the basic items there, individual weights in kilograms, the arm, the moment, and it calculates it all out. Down the bottom here, I've got a maximum all-up weight of 750 kilograms as a reminder, but I will put in now, we've just measured that bag, and that bag came in at 10 kilograms. So I don't want to knock the camera, so I don't want to be a bit careful how I do that. So I've got 10 kilograms. It's already changed the total weight. Now the fuel is an interesting one, because if I put the amount of litres in there, it then goes through, calculates the weight and puts it in there. I know that in the front tank there I had 53 litres. Now that has not gone through. There we are, 53 litres, it has gone through there now. And in the rear tank, because we were trying to get as close to maximum weight as possible, I don't usually have this, but I got 50 litres in the back. Okay, so once I scroll down, that then tells you that I've got an empty weight of 438 kilograms. Total weight set up as it is, loaded as it is 703 kilograms. If I come across to this side, that gives you a total moment when everything is calculated out. I'm still under the 750, so I'm well in terms of weight, but if you remember early on I said about the 10%, so I'm heavy enough to do the test as far as the paperwork is concerned. And down the bottom here, it calculates that I've got an aft centre of gravity of 398.66 centimetres, and it's got to sit in between 320 and 510. So that means that in that configuration it's fit to fly.
Okay, we're letting temperatures come up to where they should be. 1700, and with 1700 I get a drop off. That was about 125. That was about 100. Carb heat drop is 75. Alternator fail lamp has come on. Fuel lamp is on. So all the instruments are reading okay. I've got QNH of 1021 outside air temperature. That's reading 20, but I know from the car that it's 16. If I go for a full max run, I can only really get 2,000 before I can't hold it on the brakes. Okay, I'm going to go to the top of the hill. I've got to be a little bit mindful because earlier today, although it was very nice, a muntjac deer walked across the runway and over in front of the maintenance hangar without a care in the world. And John said that earlier when he was flying, he saw the stag of it. So we just got to be a bit mindful of that. Well, brakes are working as they should do. Instruments are all reading as they should. Nayland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, rolling Nayland traffic. Everything seems to be working fine, no particular roll, pitch or whatever, and airborne at about 46 knots. Climb out is fine. Temperatures and pressures are all where they should be. 2,500, 800 feet. Fuel pump can come off. Trimmer is working as it should do. Trimmed out reasonably well. If I go to one extreme, she'll pitch down. If I come back again, she pitches up. Put her back on the level. Go through the slab, wait for 90 knots. Starting my climb. $70 knots. Ball in the center. $70 knots. Ball in the center. And there we go. London information at Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel.
Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, London information. Good afternoon, pass your message.
Good afternoon. Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is a Jodel DR 1050 out of Nayland, a test flight, and transmitting for signal check and transponder check. Presently overhead Colchester at 2,500 feet on 1021.
Golf Echo Hotel, London information, thank you. Scorp 1177 with no Charlie, basic service, and are you returning to Nayland?
I will be returning to Nayland, yeah.
Golf Echo Hotel, A firm and London QNH 1018, however I am unable to do a transponder check for you as technically we're non-radar. And basic service and your readability 5.
I've got you 5 as well, thank you very much. Okay, establishing a cruise, properly trimmed. Doing a hazel check, so height is sufficient, air brake is up, harness is okay, hatch is okay, no loose articles, airspace not above a building.
Alpha, overhead shipping on the requested frequency change back to Northfield and 123.53.
Cloud, clear of airspace.
Got Kilo Alpha, Squawk 7000, please run out, bye now. Thank you very much for your service, bye now, Kilo Alpha.
And clearing turn to the right. Okay, and a clearing turn to the left. Okay. Very slowly, bringing it back. 1 knot a second. .48 for the stall warner. Got to buff it, and there we go. 45. Which is where she always seems to stall, which is good. I have to say the stall warner was a little bit slower today, usually tips at 60. But it did give me plenty of warning in plenty of time, as did the buffet. All of the controls are working the way they should do. We've already tested the trimmer. If I put it into a side slip and let go, she comes back to central, and we go the other way, and we let go, comes back. And forward for the high speed dive.
Copy, Musk. I think we'll be losing RT contact at your present range and level, so I suggest you possibly give blind calls to Watersham 125.8. 125.8, so Watersham, thanks very much for your help. Goodbye. Lovely, Musk, Squawk 7000, bye-bye. Squawk 7000, thanks for your help, bye.
There we are. I'm going to stop that at 140 because it's a little bit bumpy. So I'm down to 80 for the go around. Air brake is coming down. And we're going round. Air brake up. I'm back up into the climb. That all worked as should do. The helicopter's clear, so I can come around. The fuel pump's going to come back on. I'm going to put it back onto the front tank. Clear in the turn. As opposed to the last time he flew overhead, where I said that it was very, very calm, and John said it was very squirrely in the valley. It's the opposite today. It's quite squirrely here. Over the top of the airfield, turning into a downwind. Hatch, harness, air brake. I just wanted to check that that had gone up after that practice. That was something I meant to say. I've been listening back to some of the bits and pieces I've been doing, and I do try, well, I don't try to confuse people, but I think I confuse people because I'll sometimes say air brake up when it's down and down when it's up. Basically, what's happening now is the air brake lever is down, which means the air brake is up. And when I lift the air brake handle up, then it drops it down. So if I seem to be saying the wrong thing, that's what that's all about. Air brake coming down. Change of trim. Leyland traffic, Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, final Leyland traffic. Interesting.
Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, tick like if you liked it, share with anybody who you think might be interested, and of course please leave me a comment. It's nice to get your response, and I do always reply to each. Thanks a lot.